Members, this is a very technical issue, but and I appreciate Chairman Pingarelli, you making your staff available for a stakeholders meeting that we held a few days ago. I think Senator Gowan has a bill because some of these affected districts were in his. I had a bill because I had some up there, maybe others around the state, but I think it was the consensus of that stakeholder group that your bill is the most comprehensive in addressing the issues. Might still be, as you said, a few more tweaks. We had a finance person from, I think it was Kirkland School District up in Yavapai County that was there and thought there could be another slight adjustment by an amendment to help them out without hurting anyone else. But I appreciate you making that a meeting happen and letting your staff be there. And Chuck, you were there as well as others. So. Any other questions? Yes, Senator Marsh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Representative Pingarelli. This is the one we've been, or I'll speak for myself, anxiously awaiting. We've had other versions and just really appreciate this version of fixing the typo districts. So thank you.
Any other questions of the sponsor? Do we have, Madam Vice Chair, do we have anyone to testify? Or?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Chris Ackerley.
Yeah.
We had two Chris's.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman,
welcome,
members. Chris Ackerley, Chief Deputy Treasurer, Pima County.
And a former member of.
And former member. And so the district that I represented when I was in the legislature included the Continental School District, which is one of the 6 districts that was subject to both a minimum QTR levy and this new Type 3 levy. And so I have affinity for the district. In fact, the flag that's in my office was made by the preschool students at the Continental Elementary School District. But beyond that, they were the ones that were by magnitude and probably by percentage the most impacted by this. And so I just wanted to get on the record what that impact was. So I can go into the details if you wish, but the overall impact was due to the fact that I believe you guys have some handouts, that the Type 3 levy was not included or credited against the minimum QTR. Their minimum QTR rate went up, and then that levy was placed on top of that. So the net result was their taxes, their primary levy increased by $2.4 million, which resulted in a 44% increase to the primary levy for the Continental Elementary School District. And I have to remind, as I'm giving presentations to the folks in the Green Valley area that serves, is the Continental Elementary School District didn't do this, and they didn't get the money. In fact, the money, and I've checked with both the treasurers in Coconino County and Pinal County, which also has largely affected districts, the money hasn't gone anywhere yet. It is still sitting off to the side till we get a determination upon what to do that. And so to the average homeowner in Green Valley, they got an overall 16% increase on their taxes, their overall tax bill. And over about 2/3 of that was due to this type 3 levy. So I included a proposed solution I know you guys are still working on. I appreciate the sponsor for bringing this bill. I appreciate, Chairman, that you made an effort to do it and that Senator Gowan made to do it. That proposing I think the cleanest fix would simply to be remit the money that we collected for that Type 3 levy to the state, let them true up the equalization payments, and then, as is currently written into the bill, although it probably needs some tweaks, is to say, okay, taxpayers that were in districts that were subject to both the minimum QTR or the minimum qualifying tax rate for those who aren't in ledge speak, and the Type 3 levy, that whatever was the lesser of those gets credited back against their levy in the next and the following tax year. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Ackerley? Yes, Senator Epstein.
Thanks. So, love the graph, very helpful. So what are the two things though? So there's the minimum QTR, and I can see where you wouldn't want to just stack that another tax on top of it. You should only have to reach your basically your QTR levy. So is it you take what the QTR would have been and subtract out what they did pay? What are you subtracting?
Chairman,
Mr. Ackerley?
Senator Epstein. So one of the pieces that was missing, one of the problems that resulted from the way that the original bill in 2020 was constructed was that additional levy, and the sponsors, that fix is contained in the bill that's in front of you. But one of the problems is that additional levy for as the average high school students based upon their count was not included in the calculation of the what they needed to add to their levy to meet the minimum QTR. So you'll see that in 2020, Continental's M&O, their primary budget, was about $7.5 million. That included $2 million of tuition that they paid to a neighboring district. And so to meet minimum QTR, they only needed to add another $200,000, right? But because that tuition money now charged in this new levy didn't count towards the minimum QTR, in 2023, their budget was only $5.5 million. They had to pay an additional $2 million to meet minimum QTR. They lost basic state aid, presumably because their student count went down, and then they had to add an additional $2 million in the new levy. So it dramatically raised their primary tax levy. So by counting that new levy for the type 3 districts, if that's the route that you guys choose to go, against the QTR, that minimizes most of the problem.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.